Hello, beautiful creatures. I just wanted to do a really quick general reading. These cards have been sitting on my table for a week, and I just really wanted to know what they had to say to all of us. So here we are. Just like I said, real quick, I've only got, what, 6, 7 maybe oracle cards, and I don't think we're going to use all 4 decks today. I just know 2 specifically really wanted to speak, and just a couple affirmations here. Just a lot of planetary things going on right now, so I'm sure everybody's feeling the weird energy shifts and not feeling 1000% like themselves. So let's see what's going on. Close your eyes to open your heart. I feel like this message, it's so incredibly just is what it is. What I'm drawn to is the number 7, so spiritually that is a very important number. Close your eyes to open your heart. So I feel like there's some intuitive downloads that are really important to you right now, and Spirit really wants you to listen for them. Oh, I really wish I learned how to say his name before I did this reading, but Asclepius is healing. So I'm being drawn to the snake. The snake is so powerful in so many different ways, and depending on which religion, you're going to have different, opinions on whether the snake is good or bad as an omen, but I think the snake is a beautiful, very good omen, very wise, all-knowing, very healing creature. It sheds its skin, right? So I feel like there's definitely some sort of old version of yourself that you're shedding, and to make room for the new skin underneath, so who you're becoming. We have Mars, a lot happening in Mars lately. Again, I feel like he's ready for battle. I feel like this Mars energy is the take action side of Mars, and with your healing, listening to your heart, there's some action that needs to be taken. So that's not actually the only deck we got, or sorry, the only card we got from that deck. We also got Uranus, which, or Uranus. My mind is going blank for Uranus right now. But intuitively, I'm getting that there's something been happening under the surface for a very long time that's finally about to come to the precipice of things. And I feel like there's just something really big you're working on, like to this contraption here that's built into him. I'm just being drawn to like its intricacy. So again, I feel like there's something inside of you you've been working on slowly but surely for a very long time. The timepiece is mine, so yes, but the time is now, the time to take action. We have 17 and 20, so 8 and 2. 8 is the card of abundance. I feel like that would be very beneficial for you to do right now. We have the Owl Spirit, 43, which again reduces to 7, and it actually leads me back to the close your eyes to open your heart card. You can see clearly now with through your heart space, not your eyes, right? Again, I just feel like there's some sort of intuitive knowledge, intuitive messaging that's trying to come for you right now, and your guides are really trying to get your attention to listen. We have secret seances, spirit world, messages, assistance, memories. Yeah, so this just pretty much feeds into what I'm saying. Maybe I should have looked at these cards that have been sitting on my table all week, because I would have been able to put through a much coherent message instead of just intuitively reading each one. But I love that it's all flowing into each other, feeding into each other. Again, there's some sort of message from the other side, your guides, your spirits, ancestor, loved ones, whatever it is, they are trying to talk to you. 15 reduces to 6. It's a message of unconditional love. This is not something you should be afraid of if you are seeing, experiencing weird things. Because again, sometimes it can be completely subjective. So like, if you're clairvoyant, you may hear things or see things with your, that's voyant, audience. You guys know what I'm talking about. Words are hard for me today. Oh, my beautiful creatures. I appreciate you hanging around because I'm rough sometimes. But if you're experiencing anything objectively, don't be afraid of that. And of course, you set the intentions and what you, your guides are never going to come to you in a way that you're not ready for. So if things are happening objectively to you and not subjectively, like through dreams or your clairs, then just tell your guides, this is too much for me. I'm not ready for this. If you have something to say, say it in a different way. When you put the intention that you're only speaking with your guides, you're only speaking with anything that has your highest good in mind, then that's all you will speak to. So please make sure you do that if you are dabbling and trying to communicate with them. And lastly, my bad, we have black moon, water, dormant, and at the bottom it says isolation. So it has the number 8 here, which again makes me think of abundance. I feel like there's, like when I look at this card, I'm getting the energy of like the hermit, that there is some sort of dormant thought, idea, power, ability, whatever it is to each of you, because of course this is a general reading, that it is laying dormant inside of you, that's wanting to awake, wanting to take action. The healing process has begun. It's time to really intuitively look inside and bring this to life. And the isolation, I don't think this is something you can do in the comforts of other people. I think that you have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Forgive me. But sitting with those feelings, really understanding the purpose of what you're being shown right now, what you're going through. So let's see what these tarot cards have to say. So I've already shuffled all of these guys for you. I'm just going to break up the deck. And on the bottom we have the Hermit. Of course we do. Because again, I feel like this is something inside of you. Like he has the star in his lantern, right? Like this is a very big, it's destiny, right? This is a wish come true for you. This is your blueprint being fulfilled. Whether or not you choose to do that, right? We're going to leave that card out. I think that's pretty significant to the reading. And yes, of course, underneath that, fueling that, is the Lover's card. And for me, just I guess because I like to be different, the Lover's card usually is not a card of love. It's a card of choice. So you need to choose to go within yourself and do that last bit of healing, shed that last bit of skin, and step forward in the new version of yourself that you'd like to portray to your world. This is a choice that you have to make and no one can make for you. Divine timing is not a date on the calendar. Divine timing moves towards you as you move towards it with intention and action. So that's something that you have to make for yourself. So what else, Spirit, can we advise our lovely followers here? I knew it'd be a short and sweet message, but I figured it'd be more than 2 bottom cards. Give us a moment here. What else? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so celebrating this new version of yourself, the Queen of Pentacles. I love the Queen of Pentacles. She's one of the most divine, lovely energies of the Empress, because she built her kingdom with her kingdom. Everything, like the calluses are on her hands as much as yours. She's admired by all. She's not afraid of getting her hands dirty. She's built it from the ground up. Celebrating with others. This could also be a card of collaborating with someone. So like once you've come out of that healing period, look for synchronicity signs. Just follow your intuition and see where it guides you. The Queen of Wands, it's some sort of like the new version of yourself is going to be so intriguing. People are going to want to get to know it. Embrace that side of you. It's going to be very well admired. And that could be something that's holding you back is the things you're interested in. You're not sure if people will, I read tarot cards and am an evidential medium. I talk to ghosts, and not a lot of my family or friends understand that. But at the end of the day, it feels right to me. I found a calling. I found something for myself that is just feels so right. How could it be wrong? And the King of Wands. So now we have a divine counterpart up here. Going back to the 3 of Cups, the card of, again, celebration, collaboration. I feel like this, and maybe let's pull another card before I get too into it, but the energy that I'm picking up is really, you met your match in something. And it doesn't have to be a partner. And it could be something that you're pursuing. It could be all sorts of different things, but you've met your match in the most wonderful of ways. It feels right. You found a calling. You found something for yourself that you'll look back and be like, how wasn't I doing this since day one? It feels so right. We have the Magician, being able to manifest whatever future you want for yourself, whatever it is, because again, this is a general reading. It's going to be different for everyone. It is within your grasp. It's within your reach. It's about putting the intention, trusting yourself. You know, the fool is before the magician. You need to take the leap of faith in yourself and your abilities to manifest, to be able to manifest. Trust the universe. You don't pray to God and be like, you know, hey God, I know you're almighty and can do all these cool things. I'd really like you to help me out with this. I'm pretty sure you can do it. Like, that's not how you get prayers answered, right? You give it up to the universe, you give it up to God. Again, whatever you're comfortable calling that pure, unconditional love energy, source, spirit, God, the universe, whatever it is to you. Just taking the leap of faith and trusting that they have your back. And of course, this is not sitting around idly by and waiting for your dreams to come true. You do have to go and meet your destiny. But that could also just be listening and watching for opportunities to arise as well. Just always be open-minded. We have the Six of Pentacles. Again, I feel like it's going to be very beneficial in many different ways. I'm just being drawn to like so many different things. We have little fairies, mermaids, coins and bubbles. It's a very busy card, but it's also so beautiful, and it's all being interwoven and shared with each other. This to me reminds me of something I like to say all the time. I will never step on other people to get ahead. You can, you know, record this. This is a recording of me saying it now. I'll never do that. In my mind, we all rise together. Abundance is an energy, and there's plenty of it for everyone. And that is never going to change. You're not taking from someone else by gaining anything. It's give and receive in every different situation, always. But we all rise together. We don't need to step on each other to get ahead. We can all rise together. And I feel like that's something that will be important in your journey, whether or not understanding that. Yeah, okay, so a card was shifted on top. I pulled it. It's a Four of Pentacles. So it's funny. The Six and Four of Pentacles to me are like closed arms, open arms. So that's spirit telling me don't get guarded or fearful in any way. Take the leap of faith that needs to be taken, and yourself and no one else. So we've got two more cards that want to come out from this deck. If you could please have them, Spirit. Thank you. And the last one. Thank you. So the first card that fell out is the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is just admitting truth to yourself. I don't think this is involving anyone else in a situation, but there are truths that you need to admit to yourself, and that could be, you know, real hard truths where you need to make adjustments and accept the probability that there are gravity problems sometimes. Sorry, I said that at 1313. So a gravity problem is something that the problem is unmovable, but that doesn't mean it stops you completely. You can choose to go around it, live with it. It's a matter of changing your perspective of things. But this could also be me admitting truth to yourself, like you are talented, you are of value, you are awesome, right? It could be, I know that's something of myself. I feel like most people spend a lot of their adult life reining in their ego. A lot of people, and especially in their teenage years, grow such an ego, and then in the young adult life it goes a little wild, and you spend the rest of your adult life kind of reining that in. I'm the opposite, where I've been spending my life trying to gain an ego. I have great self-confidence. I know I'm fucking awesome, but it took me a long time to see my self-worth. And if that resonates with you and you're not quite, you know, the words hit, but you're not sure you understand it, send me a message. I'll be happy to explain how it's possible to have great self-confidence and little self-worth, and how you can change that if that's something that you struggle with. It's not easy, but I am walking proof it can be done. So the Queen of Swords, I guess, just admitting truth to yourself. And then lastly, we have the Two of Cups. So I do feel like this is going to... And again, I feel like these two cards came up together, and it's a conversation with yourself. It's not in any way with another person. It's really being truthful with yourself, whatever that means in your situation. And yeah, you know, whether it's growing an ego or humbling your ego, that conversation needs to be had within. And I feel like there's a lot of different messages from the oracle cards and the cards here that are kind of also, words are hard right now, agreeing with that. So we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck, and the Hermit is fueling that. I feel like the Hermit, going within, there's some sort of intuitive message that wants to come through to you. You're ready to take the next step in the new version of your life. You're about to hop timelines, so to speak. Like, your life is not going to look the same this time next year if you do this work. And again, it's becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And I love, 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 I'll just kind of show you these cards here. So here's your Empress and your Hermit. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I love the saying, like, I'm never ever going to ask anyone to jump out of their comfort zone. I want you to expand your comfort zone 1 inch at a time. It's only uncomfortable until it's comfortable. It's that first initial step. It's the Fool card, that leap of faith. You just have to do it once, and then you'll have an idea at least whether that's something you'd be interested in doing again or never doing again. And I feel like that's something that's really important and maybe someone needed to hear. But with the Empress and the Hermit, I feel like there's some sort of, you're creating something for yourself, like the new future, the new timeline that we just spoke of. And we have at the top of the deck the Magician. Again, having everything you need to manifest, to create that future for yourself. You, and I'm talking to you, that individual listener right now, are so special. You have no idea. And Spirit, your guides, your loved ones, they all really need you to know that right now, because you're not listening to them. So please listen to me when I tell you that. Thank you, Spirit. What other messages do you have for our viewers? Let's just see what we got here. The Moon. Yeah, there's some sort of fears that are blocking you. That's unnecessary. Again, I'm not asking you to be fearless. I'm asking you to fear less. And I feel like when you look at it like that, it's a lot more manageable task, right? To have no fear, that's insane. We'll be like the girl from Lock and Key. She was a little reckless and unsafe in a lot of situations. But to fear less and love more, I think that's going to be the best message anyone can receive today from this video. The Page of Cups. So again, it is something to do with, so I'm getting like a youthful, just like that puppy love kind of feeling. It brings this energy of this like youthful love, this inspiration. It makes you feel young again in ways that you haven't experienced. And you could be 21 years old watching this video. It's like when you were a kid, that inner child. It's do something that, like, and again, I'm being guided to share some like weird stories of who I am as a person, but like there are days where I'll let my inner child be like, what do you want to do today? And she'll be like, let's go to the grocery store dressed as a cat. And there I am, paying for my groceries with cat ears and whiskers, and I don't blink an eye. Some people ask questions, but I just tell them that I wanted to be a cat today, and there we are. But I also have had blue hair for the last 5 years, so I feel like when people look at me, they just expect me to be a little weird, and I think that's kind of cool. But we have the Seven of Cups. It's again, I'm feeling like you have many options, but there's only a few right choices, right? Like you can, and what's meant for you will never pass you, right? I want to make sure everyone understands that right now. What is for you and will never pass you. But there is a direct route and a scenic route. So whether or not you make the right choices and go there immediately, and again, there's no wrong choices, because that just means you have more to learn. But there's a scenic route and a direct route in a situation. So knowing, just intuitively feeling your way through. Think about things logically, obviously, and I feel like that's again where I get a little mixed up, because I've spent half of my life, I go back and forth where I think logically, I get too caught up in my head, I miss opportunities, or I don't think and I base everything off feelings, and then I get caught in situations where I'm at murder camps and things like that. That's not actually a thing. I just went to a really weird camp in Florida, like someone's like cottage, where like I wanted to see baby cows and wild pigs and gators and stuff. So I just met someone off the internet and went to their 36-acre camp in the middle of Florida. That's where people get murdered, I'm sure. So I call it a murder camp. But thankfully my guides got my back and I'm here today. Oh, okay, so we got some beautiful cards at the bottom of the deck here I want to talk about before we kind of close up this reading. We have strength, have strength. I'd like to point out, there's again, the moon here I'm being drawn to. We don't need strength if there is no fear. There's something that you're afraid of, and that's why you're being sent strength here. And I feel like it's something that goes deep, your inner child wounding perhaps. Something happened to you, someone said something that just like stuck with you, and it's given you this misconstrued idea of who you are, and you just really need to break through the things of that. But we have the Wheel of Fortune on the top of the deck, and I feel like that's a beautiful omen that things are changing. The wheel is constantly spinning, whether it's good, big turns and you know, lots of big wins and big loses coming, or small turns where it's just like how your day goes. It's constantly spinning. So know that when you're going through something rough, that there's an end to it, that you're already in the process of coming back on top when you feel at your lowest. You're already moving towards the top. But also appreciate the moments when you're feeling good, and remember the times when you felt low, and be humble, right? So we have the Two of Swords, and I just want to get this next top one as well. The Two of Wands, so 2 2s, that's very interesting. So again, I just feel like there's something that you're building within yourself. There's decisions you need to make, there's planning that needs to be done, but I just, again, am so intuitively drawn to the infinity sign over her head there. So like the magician, you're manifesting the future you want, and to really think about that. And when you're aiming for the moon, ask for Mars, because sometimes we get the universe always tries to give us what we want, but I think its best advice that it always is trying to give us is think bigger. If we're not receiving it, it's not because it's not meant for us, it's because we're thinking too small. And I have other stories about divine interjection, or, you know, rejection is divine interjection. Damn it, what is it? Rejection is divine interjection. Yeah, words are. I'm having a day, guys, I love ya. But I think that is the end of your reading. Yeah, we're gonna stop there. But please go within. There's so much waiting for you on the other side. I was gonna do a bunch of these things actually, but I'm actually only being told to do these little cards here as affirmators for the day, because again, we didn't use all the decks in our reading, so we're probably gonna keep that up. We'll just do more readings afterwards. But can we please have one card for the collective here? Spirit, thank you. I see the gateway is open and my pathway is clear. My journey begins. I don't think that could have gotten a better card for what we were just talking about here. That's absolutely perfect. And then we have this next deck. So that was the Moon Magic, Deep Moon Messages by Stacey DeMarco. And now we have the Starlight Enchanting Messages from the Cosmos from Jessica Lee. And Spirit, can we have one card for the collective, please? And thank you. It's actually this one, thank you. The Sun, rise to the occasion. Yeah, these cards are perfect for exactly what we talked about. There's something cooking, and if you're not actively thinking about it, it's within you. That's it's beginning. So please sit with yourself, look within, try to communicate with your guides, or at least listen to what they're trying to tell you, because it's going to be beautiful. And I can't wait to see it personally. So I love your guts and gross bits. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope that if anything, you enjoyed my inability to say words and stuff. But at most, I hope this helped you and you find some clarity and guidance. I wish you the best. I hope you get everything you deserve and more. Have a great day. Bye.